everybody, I am Mandy Schimmelpfennig, and I am the author of the historical fantasy novel, The Rise of Riverstone. Back there, it's right there. This is going to be a new YouTube series where I kind of explore the world of Riverstone. I'll talk about writing, I'll talk about my creative process a little bit. It's just going to be kind of a fun thing for me to explore and share with you my world. Today, we're going to be having an not arts and crafts, it's going to be like a cooking segment. It's going to explore a very important part of my stories. So in Praed, the fantasy location of the Rise of Riverstone, their culture is very heavily centered around horses. It is part of their daily lives. They ride them into battle, obviously. They use their tails for sewing. They use their shed winter coats to, fill their pillows. They also drink their milk. One of the things that I talk about in the book quite a bit is a drink made from that milk, and it is called kumis. My inspiration from this was the actual drink kumis, and that comes from Mongolia, made by fermenting the raw unpasteurized milk for several hours or even days. And often what they would do is they would actually tie the bottles to their saddlebags, and the act of them riding and traveling would stir the milk, and that's how that stirring process would happen very naturally, or they would just stir it if they were in camp. The finished product is about 0.7 to 2.5% alcohol, so very, very low. Even sometimes children would drink it. They can also distill it even more to make an even stronger alcohol. Today, I'm going to be making it. You can't actually order it because it doesn't go through the mail very well. So what I have done is get the powdered version. I ordered this directly from Mongolia. I will put the link of where I got it below. It is actually really great because when you order from this site, you're supporting local artisans as well. I took 7 of these packets to make 12 ounces of milk. Now the recipe that I have just calls for fresh milk. You can make it with cow's milk. You can ferment cow's milk into this drink, but I chose to be a little bit more traditional, so knowing mare's milk. And so I'm actually going to do this 2 different ways. So mare's milk is very, very sweet compared to cow's milk, and the reason for that is it has a lot of lactose, which I have powdered here. The recipe I have calls for that, 15 grams. I'm going to do a version with the lactose, and I'm going to do one without it and see what the difference is, since I am actually using mare's milk. Lactose, I've got milk, got water, I also have brown sugar, and I have yeast. So the recipe said that bread yeast is acceptable, although my husband also informs me that brewer's yeast would actually probably be better for better flavor. And then bottles, and it's important that you have a bottle that can seal because you're going to be stirring this up. So let's do it. I feel a little bit like Julie Childs in her kitchen or something. So we're going to start with our lactose. We're going to dissolve that in water. So I talk about kumis a lot in the book. It's actually a very prominent drink that Laria talks about. Laria is my main protagonist in the story. She talks about it a lot. You and your family would have maybe some tea. Kumis is something that's, or wine at dinner. Kumis is something that's served in place of those things. My yeast and my brown sugar combine. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the milk to the yeast brown sugar mixture. It's just to make kind of a paste. It kind of smells, my little paste. Yeast paste. I'm adding the yeast and the brown sugar to the milk. Next, we put it in a bottle. Hold, please. Sounds like a back at your throat, biley. Natural. Just yeast to this one. Let's see what happens. It's pretty, I mean, it does have like a sweet tone to it, much sweeter than cow's milk for sure. Now I have my bottle with the brown sugar and the lactose, and then I have one without those. And you're supposed to agitate them, so like stir them for 8 minutes a day for 3 days. 8 minutes. Turns out 8 minutes is a long time. Right, so I got both of these all shaken for 8 minutes. I'm going to do that once a day for 3 days. You also need to pop the top once a day to release all the gases as well. And fun fact, be careful it doesn't explode. Do not have to be refrigerated. And also, I might have to get a horse to ride for 8 minutes because it's a lot. It's a lot of work. So I see you in 3 days. It's been 3 days. Technically, it's the 4th day, and man, have we been on a journey. Let me tell you, these little babies, they don't lie when they say they build up a lot of pressure. Anyway, so here we are. We have both of our bottles. We have one that has no brown sugar and lactose, and the one that does have the brown sugar and lactose. I think I'm going to try this guy first. This is the one without brown sugar and lactose. I was actually afraid there that it was going to spray off and hit me in the eye. Okay. Pour one out here. And try not to spill. It definitely has kind of a sour, like a sour cream smell. That tastes like you drank milk and then you just kind of threw up a little bit. I gotta wash that down with some rum. Now I'm gonna try the one that has brown sugar and the lactose in it. That also kind of smells sour, but there's also that, you can smell the brown sugar in it though, a little bit. That was better. That was a little bit less like you just drank milk and then vomited. Yeah, it was a little bit sweeter. Still have the sour. I think definitely the one with the brown sugar was better. I'm gonna have to try it on an unsuspecting victim. The rum was definitely the best. Thanks for joining me on this journey. This was our first episode in our series where we explore the world of Riverstone and writing. And I'm not always going to be making something, but when I do, I'll make sour alcoholic mare's milk. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, do all those things that people do. If you want to pick up your own copy of The Rise of Riverstone, you can find it on riverstonesaga.com. That's my website, where we have an exclusive gift box that goes along with it with some swag. You can also get it on Amazon, on Kindle, Powell's, Inbound, BarnesandNoble.com, basically wherever books are sold. Thank you, and I hope that you join us next time.